Hello, Soul Tribe family. I just found out by my boy Benny on Rumble. Rumor has it, well, it's not rumor, it's true. Bye-bye, Mayorkas. Just about an hour ago, the House voted to impeach Alejandro Mayorkas for his negligence, for his treason in not protecting the border, which he's in charge of. Now, great news. It's phenomenal that the Republicans finally got some balls and actually did something. However, this should have been done years ago. And will it pass the Senate? Because we all know that it doesn't matter if there's an impeachment in the House. If it doesn't pass the Senate, then it's not going to be legit, and they're not going to be able to be effective and or boost the person that they wanted out. So my question for the cards is this all just going to be a big nothing burger and a big build up for nothing? And yeah, so what that the GOP finally got some goonies and actually impeached him, but it's not going to pass the Senate? Or is it going to pass the Senate? And will we finally get rid of that decrepit, disgusting, I'm not decrepit, that disgusting, treasonous, lying Pinocchio Mayorkas? So will it pass this? Will it pass the Senate? And what will be the outcome now that the House GOP, well, I should say the House, which is where the GOP has the majority, what is going to be the result going forward now that the House has impeached Alejandro Mayorkas? Any insights, information, anything that the cards would like to impart? Ooh, that fell out. In regards to the news of about an hour ago, that the House, which the majority is led by the GOP, they voted to impeach Alejandro Mayorkas, who is who's in charge of our borders. Is this going to be a big nothing burger and not pass the Senate, or what? Is this going to actually boost him out and get him the hell out? Okay, we got the wise counselor. Now, this is the equivalent of the Hierophant. So this means that the person, it might not pass the Senate, because this is the card of somebody who's kind of a dictator, kind of authoritarian. This is somebody that sticks to traditions and is not very moving. So this fell out. This is very interesting. So far, I get the vibe of a bad Hierophant, because this could be either a good spiritual leader, okay, somebody who's very a great orator, somebody who's a good speaker, who is like a good spiritual leader, or it's somebody that could be an authoritarian or a dictator. So I don't know about that. That's kind of a strange card to fall out. So let's keep on reading. And I'm actually going to do the Kachina knife this time with these cards. That's an interesting card to fall out. I'm going to get more clarity on that later. So I'm going to put that over there. Oh, yeah, they've been really motivated to get rid of them. Good. Good cards. Good cards. Okay, so Page of Fire means that, yeah, they really wanted to get him out. They really wanted to get rid of him, because the Page of Fire is the Page of Wands, all right? This is action, okay? This is action. And people have been really looking at the border now. This is indicative, because it's like the Page of Wands is like people are curious. People are looking at things. They're inquisitive. They want to know what's going on. They're discovering things. It's the very card of nascent young discovery, because the page is a youngin' and new. So this is indicative that in the recent past that Everyone's looking at the border now. Everyone can see that there's a major issue. This is a major issue. Everyone's discovering that this is a problem and it needs to be addressed. Also, the pages are messages and news. So in the past, they decided that they need to send a message that this is unacceptable, that he's not doing his job. He needs to be impeached. He needs to go. Okay. Right in here, the Two of Water is a great card. The Two of Water is a harmony and agreement. All right. So I feel that right now, obviously, because it passed, both Democrats and Republicans are in harmony and agreement that this has to be done. All right. This is a problem. It doesn't matter which side of the fence you're on. This is a problem again, for Americans. This affects everyone. This is our safety. This is our sovereignty. All right. And it's also looking good that right now, the members of our House, our leaders that aren't bought and paid for by the cabal, are really trying to work together to solve this issue and to get rid of the nefarious players that are letting our borders be invaded. Okay. We got the Four of Earth, a card that's very indicative that, and this is just happening now. Okay. This is in the present too. So this means that, yes, this is a very minor improvement, but there's a lot more to come. All right. This is just a little nick in a huge problem. So this is a very conservative, small step in the right direction, but not enough. It needs to go even further, but nonetheless, a step in the right direction. And we got the Queen of Earth. So this is also indicative that, yes, they mean business now. Okay. The Queen of Earth is all about truth, integrity, and she is a leader. She gets things done. The Queen of Earth is like, she is a mother. She's a leader. She works. She gets things done. This is equivalent to the Queen of Pentacles. So this is all about getting business done and taking care of business. But like the mother would, this is somebody who is caring, nurturing, independent. Somebody who, not independent, sorry. I meant caring, nurturing, and somebody who can be diplomatic when need be. But yet she can get things done. She's nurturing and loving and kind and does the right thing. Yet she can be the boss. And like I said, she can be diplomatic and take her emotions and feelings out of it and do what's right and best. So this is very indicative that people that passed this impeachment, finally voted for it, they're actually trying to do what's good and what's best. And they have the country's best interest at heart. Think about a mother, okay? A mother who's the boss. Someone who takes care of business, but also does the right thing. The best card in the deck is we got the Justice card, and that's in the immediate future. This is beautiful, beautiful. We couldn't have gotten a better card because this means that we're going to get our justice. Justice is going to be served, and Mayorkas is going to be brought to justice. That means he is going to go. We also got the Strength card as another verifying card in the peripheral, meaning that there's a strong case against him. They're going to get him. This means that they're very aggressively going to tame the dragon and get rid of him. And this is meaning that after a long hard work, hard labor and trying to get something done, you finally get your award. So this means that, yeah, they might try to stall it, but it looks like it's going to pass the Senate. And it's going to happen. We're going to get rid of this asshole. And we also got the Page of Air. So this is the very last card. This is indicative as the Page of Air is equivalent to the Page of Swords, which means that there's a lot of truth in what's going on. The truth is finally coming out and the truth is revealed. Also, the Page of Swords is about communication. So there's going to be a lot of talk about this. Now that the Republicans have voted him out, people are going to really talk about this. This is going to be all over the news. This is going to be a big, big thing. And I think this is this is going to be indicative as why it's going to go that way, because people all around the world are looking at our border. People all around the country are upset about the border. It doesn't, like I said, it doesn't matter which party. The Democrats are even more pissed off than the Republicans because they voted for this and they thought, and they're the ones, they voted for this. I mean, and a lot of them were just, I don't know why they voted for them, to tell you the truth. However, I'm getting that the page of air also is very indicative of new ways of communicating. All right. It's looking at things a new way, new ways of communicating. So I'm getting that this is a message. This is a huge message to let both parties know in the deep state, everyone in our government that's part of the deep state. It doesn't matter if you're a Democrat or Republican. This is our communication to you. We're not going to put up with this any longer. This is wrong. This is treasonous. You were voted in to uphold the Constitution, and you were voted in to do what's right for our country. You represent us. And so we're going to be sending a message to the deep state and to those who are no longer protecting our border, who will not go by our border laws and our immigration laws, that you better do what you were made to do, you were elected to do. You better do what you're supposed to do, and you need to go by our Constitution and adhere to our laws, or you'll be hearing it from the citizens. This is new ways of communicating, and it's also gossip and a lot of talk. This is big, okay? So let us recap. Okay, this fell out, which was the wise counselor. All right. So now that I've done the reading, this card makes a lot more sense because this is the card equivalent of the Hierophant, and that's a spiritual leader. But depending on how it's aspected, it could be a dictator and a very closed-minded, very parochial, oppressive leader, or it could be a very wise spiritual counselor. And I'm getting that this is a wise spiritual counselor. I'm getting that finally people are doing the right thing. And I think that finally the white hats and the people that are of the light and of God's children are finally in charge. Okay? That there's a spiritual awakening happening. And this is very indicative of that. And also, since this fell out in terms of this reading, I'm getting that finally the good, spiritual, kind-hearted, humanitarian leaders are going to be in charge and get rid of and finally do something what's going on. Page of Fire, Page of Wands again. People are discovering this in the past. People are looking at the border. This is a huge, huge issue. People are discovering and know that it has to go. This is a big, big thing. Everyone's talking about it. Everyone's affected. This is the number one issue right now. And they decided that enough's enough. This has got to stop. And they're sending a message. Okay? Two of Water indicates that that both parties, those that are benevolent and want to do the right thing and actually love this country and want to do what's best for this country, are in harmony and agreement. People on both sides of the aisle are going to work together to make sure that this happens and our borders are secure. All right? This is only a step, a very small step. However, it's in the right direction. It's a very small and conservative victory, and there's more to go, but nonetheless a step in the right direction. Also, I'm getting that it's going to equate to a bigger step, and that those in our country, more and more leaders are going to do the right thing. This whole impeachment is going to gain momentum, and both sides of the aisle are going to come to agreement and do the right thing for the country. All right, this was in the middle. This is the first and major impacting card in the middle. In the near future, justice. This is great news. This is indicative that, yes, he will be brought to justice. Justice will be served. And bye-bye, Mayorkas. The Senate is going to kick his ass out, which he needs to go. Good fucking riddance. Also, the strength card is also indicative of success. It's taming the dragon. It's after working long and hard for something. You get the reward. There's also meaning that there's a very strong case against him, and there's strength in this impeachment, and it's going to happen. Success. And the last card, Page of Air, which is equivalent to the Page of Wands, meaning that people are going to be really talking about this. This is a big, big issue. It's going to be everywhere, nonstop, social media, news. It's the card of gossip, talks, swords is communication. And is also the card of new ways of communicating and finding new ways of communication. So I'm getting that this is a huge message that this will not be tolerated anymore. And if you're not going to do what's right, you're going to find out that you're going to be booted out. So do what you were elected to do for those that were actually elected and steal the election. All right, folks. I was just popping on real quick. You know where to find me. You know where to reach my website if you want to buy a reading. My Valentine's sale and all my spiritual sessions is still on until midnight tomorrow night. Because that's Valentine. Actually, it's midnight tonight. Tomorrow's Valentine's Day. So till midnight tonight. So take charge. Buy your session until midnight tonight, Eastern Standard Time, to get the rates. I love you. I will see you soon. Bye, soul family. God bless.